I'll just transfer it to 4633 just start.
Back here at the live desk now, more on that Ebola outbreak in West Africa. Grant Hoffman had been in that region for 4 weeks when it was decided that he and the others should get out and come back home. The situation on the ground, it's getting tense, it's getting desperate now, and the locals, there's some confusion. Grant, thanks for coming in tonight. We appreciate your time. Who are you volunteering for? You were doing some missionary work over there?
Yeah, I was going through Christian Reform World Missions, and I'm a student at Calvin Theological Seminary right now, training to be a pastor. And so I went through World Missions out there to do an internship for about 6 weeks in the area of Kabbalah, in the city of Kabbalah.
When did they decide it's time to go?
Yeah, just 2 days ago. So I just got back last night in the evening.
Give us an idea of the situation on the ground in West Africa. How desperate is it there? Because we see these images coming out of the region, and it looks pretty intense.
Absolutely. It's definitely an issue of serious concern. Anything that causes over 700 deaths and causes them to really label it a major crisis in the area is something to be seriously grappled with. Fortunately, the area that I was in has not been touched, the district at all, and there have been people really combating it and trying to make sure to take serious preventative measures. And so there are lots of people doing good work, and fortunately I think now it's about 66% are surviving it, and so they're doing lots of really good efforts to try to make that prevention happen. So.
That's the good news. You didn't see it, but on your flight back, did you notice any precautions that people were taking for the travelers coming out of that region?
Yeah, fortunately. So when I was going to the Freetown airport, they had us all wash our hands with, they had chemical water, and when I got on the flight, the woman next to me, instantly she put on the hand sanitizer, so I said, hey, that's good. I didn't get screened or anything, but I've heard of some flights, especially going into Nigeria, since there was an incident there. They have started to screen specifically for the virus, and they sprayed down our whole flight with sanitizer spray. So they are taking some preventative measures there too.
And you said the villagers where you were working, there's a lot of confusion, distrust. They believe in witchcraft, or they believe evil spirits may be causing this, or they think even the government may be behind it. Talk a little bit about that issue.
Yeah, unfortunately there's some misconceptions, especially in the smaller villages where there hasn't necessarily been the education in some of the bigger cities. Yeah, some people, they just don't believe it's real necessarily. Others think it's a government tactic where they're using the medical individuals to actually harm them, or they believe it's a spirit coming around, and so this is a spiritual issue rather than a medical, and that leads it to be kind of an uphill battle. And also it's just such an intimate culture where they really greet each other, which is a beautiful thing, but it makes it difficult when you're trying to educate and trying to say, we need to make sure to prevent it and not be so close. Luckily, like I said, there's lots of people training for those misconceptions and really trying to work with those and say, this is something we need to take seriously and begin to look into.
Grant Hoffman, good to have you back out of the hot zone.
Yeah.
At the Ebola virus rages on in West Africa. Sue?